As football fans, we are used to hearing some ridiculous transfer rumours during and in the lead up to the transfer window. But imagine if these ludicrous transfers were pulled off. Would the modern day superstar have become the superstar they are today if they had made these moves? Or would the modern day flop be just that if their rumoured move came off? Well, my name is JarradHD and today I'll put this question to the test by moving these players to their rumoured club. And we will see how it works for them in a FIFA 18 career mode experiment. It's not real life, but I guess it's the closest thing. But first, let's have a quick look at all of the weird transfer rumours. Also, I hope you like the graphics you are about to see. They took me 7 damn hours to make. So the first one is a really well-known one. It is Gareth Bale going to Birmingham. Back when he was at Southampton and before he went to Tottenham, he was a left back and he almost made the move to Birmingham for £3 million. That is definitely a big contrast to what we saw him move to Real Madrid for back a few years ago. But imagine how crazy it would have been for Birmingham if they had Gareth Bale. As I said, would he be the player he is today, or would he have just become another failed left back? Moving on to another one, it is Sergio Aguero going to Arsenal. The Argentine was linked with a swap move with Alexis Sanchez back in 2016, but obviously that one never came off. Zlatan Ibrahimovic to Tigres is the next one. Of course, Zlatan did move to North America after signing a few weeks ago for LA Galaxy, but he almost made the move to the Mexican League, with Tigres coming in big for the Swedish striker. James Rodriguez to West Ham is another big transfer rumour. He was linked with a move to West Ham after the 2014 World Cup, but obviously did make the move to Real Madrid instead. Now this next one is absolutely hilarious. It is Robert Lewandowski to Blackburn. I'm sure most of us have heard about this one by now, but if you haven't, just quickly I will go over what did happen. Basically, Lewandowski was about to sign for Blackburn until the Iceland, the ash cloud erupted and all flying was suspended. And therefore, Lewandowski was unable to make a flight to England, was unable to land in Blackburn and sign the contract. And ultimately, he did end up moving to Borussia Dortmund, a move that has been proven to be quite beneficial for him, as he is now one of the top strikers in the world. Imagine how Blackburn would be if they hadn't had that fall through, if it wasn't for an ash cloud. Blackburn are a club that have had a lot of big names almost come to the club. You mean Zinedine Zidane, he's been rumoured to move there. Ronaldinho's been rumoured to move there. Well, at least they've tried to sign them, but Robert Lewandowski is a modern day big failure for Blackburn. And now this next one hurts me as a Fulham fan. It is Antoine Griezmann coming to Craven Cottage. It did not come off. He was looked past when he was a young player or younger player. And I mean, as a Fulham fan, that would have been absolutely incredible if we had Antoine Griezmann. You could only hope he would have performed as much as he has at Real Sociedad and Atletico Madrid. Radamel Falcao to Middlesbrough is another big player that could have gone there. We've seen him try his luck in the English game, going to both Chelsea and Manchester United, but it definitely would have been interesting to see the Colombian at Middlesbrough. And another player that didn't come to the Premier League but was strongly linked is Lorenzo Insigne, the Italian winger from Napoli. Did not make the move to Newcastle. Really would have liked to see him play under Rafa Benitez, or back then, whoever the manager was when he was trying to make the move, but ultimately the Italian decided not to. A recent rumour that we've seen in the past few years has been Robin van Persie to Rangers. This would have been quite an interesting one to see, and also going off a future one, you'll see this rumour later on in the video, but another big name player would have gone to Rangers. That would have been crazy to see these two link up. I'll make reference back to it when I get to it, but Robin van Persie to Rangers didn't happen, but I really would have loved to see that one. Now this one is absolutely ridiculous. Mario Balotelli to Port Vale. The story is too long for me to go on about. If I went and told you every detail about this crazy story, this video would be going for an hour and a half like one of my rebuilds, but go ahead, do yourself a favor and look up Mario Balotelli to Port Vale rumours when you are done with this video. Absolutely mental. A rumour that has come through in recent seasons was Mesut Ozil going to Fenerbahce. Of course, Ozil is originally from Turkey, at least that's what a lot of people think. He is from Turkey and did decide to play for the German national team over the Turkish national team, so it makes sense for Özil to want to join a Turkish club. But at this stage of his career, only 28, he was linked with the move to either Besiktas or Fenerbahce, and ultimately decided, obviously, they didn't get the move, and he stayed at Arsenal. This one is absolutely hilarious. It is Glenn Johnson going to Barcelona at age 32. Yes, it is not when he was in the World Cup squad. It is not when he was at Portsmouth. It was not when he was at Liverpool even. It was this season, or 2 seasons ago, when he almost made the move to Barcelona. Alex Vidal came in, wasn't doing the job for Barcelona, and they were looking at Glenn Johnson, a man who has been warming the bench for Stoke, relegated Stoke. He almost went to Barcelona. A smaller one here, but one that would have been pretty crazy to see. David Villa to River Plate. He almost made the move to Argentina, but ultimately the Spaniard did decide to move to MLS and go to New York City FC. This next rumour is one that would have really triggered a lot of Spurs fans. It is Luka Modric to Arsenal. The Croat was almost linked with a move to the Emirates. Recent seasons would have been insane to see him playing for Arsenal, and I'm sure that would have made the North London derby a lot crazier. Now, this is the transfer I was talking about earlier with Rangers. It is going to be Iniesta to Rangers, of course, recently leaving Barcelona, but this came when he was 18 years of age. Iniesta came extremely close to joining Rangers. I would not be able to imagine the path that Scottish football and Rangers would have been able to take if they had Iniesta develop into what he has become today. Iniesta to Rangers would have been crazy. Nearing the tail end of these rumours, but Rakitic to Sunderland is the next one. Again, a big name player today that was passed up on when he was a younger player. If the Croat had gone to Sunderland, they might not have got relegated. They might have been a much different club, but we'll never get to know. And another club that might have been completely different if this deal went through is West Bromwich Albion. They almost signed Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang a few seasons ago when he was at Saint Etienne. That would have been a big move there. They could have got him for £2 million, but decided against it, and we know now what Aubameyang has blossomed into. Anderson Talisha to Wolverhampton is a very, very recent one as well. In the past season, we've seen Wolves do absolutely incredible with their business. They've brought in a lot of Portuguese players through their super agent, Jorge Mendes, and they have obviously gotten promoted to the Premier League next season. And I believe if Anderson Talisha, who's currently playing in Turkey with Besiktas, if he went to Wolves, that would have made them an even better side. Imagine how crazy they would have been then. Now, this is not a crazy out there transfer. We all know about it, and it is David De Gea to Real Madrid. But it is not where he has gone or where he is to where he would have gone. It is the way it fell through. The fax machine incident. On deadline day, Manchester United claimed they did not get the fax in time to Real Madrid, and then the window shut. Imagine that. All the modern day technology, and a player is barred from joining Real Madrid because of a fax machine. Now, De Gea has continued to perform at Manchester United. He's still there, won the Golden Glove, a good move on Man United's behalf. 4 rumours to go and 4 big ones. The first one is Karim Benzema moving to Sporting Lisbon. I would love to see how Benzema would have done in the Portuguese league. Definitely would have been a different style of play for him, but would he been able to adapt? I'm sure he would have. Arjen Robben to Fenerbahce is a move we heard 2 seasons ago. People, including the club president, thought that Arjen Robben was about to make the move to Turkey, but obviously no such deal came through, and he is still playing for Bayern Munich. The second to last one is a massive deal, and it is Neymar to West Ham United. It has been stated that he almost signed from Santos when he was only a kid before he signed for Barcelona. The Golds have come out and said it. A lot of people close to West Ham have said it. What a move that would have been for the Hammers if they brought in Neymar. And the final one is an interesting one, and it's open to debate. It is Jamie Vardy to Real Madrid. Now, of course, we've seen him over the past 2-3 seasons do incredible stuff for Leicester City in the Premier League, of course, winning them the Premier League title. He scored, 19 goals this Premier League season. He has been on fire, but the fact that Real Madrid and Barcelona as well, but mainly Real Madrid, went in so heavily for him really interested and really surprised me. So would that have paid off in the long term for Real Madrid and Barcelona? Who knows, but he joins the rumoured list. So fellas, as you can see by the screen right now, we have simulated to the end of the season. I've just taken on Antwerp in the Belgian League, just as a club that has no stake in this. None of the players went to the Belgian League or left the Belgian League, so completely removed from the experiment. We're now going to have a look at all of the clubs and see how they performed in comparison to real life, if these transfers help them at all. So the first club we look at is Birmingham City. Of course, we gave them Gareth Bale. In real life, they finished in 19th position in the championship. Not too much of an improvement, but I'm pretty sure Gareth Bale definitely helped them as they finish in 13th position, a +6 differential. Well, with Arsenal bringing in Sergio Aguero and Luka Modric, they have stayed at 6th position. They did get an extra 11 points, but it doesn't mean anything. They still finished in 6th position. So Aguero and Modric coming in meant nothing. Of course, no Aubameyang, no Özil, but still 6th position. So at the end of the Mexican League, in real life, Tigres did finish in 5th position. But since they have brought in Zlatan Ibrahimovic, they finish in 1st position, a massive growth for Tigres. Next, looking at West Ham United, who have brought in James Rodriguez and Neymar. You would expect them to do a lot better than they have. They've only gone up 1 position, and they've actually finished on the exact same points they had in real life. In real life, 13th position, 42 points. In this simulation, 12th position, 42 points. So not too much of a beneficial season there for West Ham United. So funnily enough, Blackburn have been given, obviously, Robert Lewandowski for this experiment, and they went down 2 positions and didn't get automatic promotion like in real life. In real life, they finish in 2nd position. In this, they finish in 4th position with 6 less points. And the same deal for my club, Fulham. We brought in Antoine Griezmann in this experiment, but it did not do too much at all for the Whites. We finish in 3rd position just like we did in real life, but with 6 points less. Real life, we got 88. In this, we got 82. And staying in the championship, Middlesbrough, what a poor season they've had in this simulation, because in real life, they are currently, I'm not sure when I'm going to post this, but they're currently in the playoff semi-finals against Aston Villa. They finished in 5th place on 76 points, but in this simulation, with Radamel Falcao, they have finished in 17th position on 54 points. That is disappointing. And again, another club going down with one of the players coming in. Newcastle United have gone from 10th to 14th in this simulation. 44 points to 41. So only 1 game different, or 1 win difference, but 4 positions less, which is what we're looking at. So Insigne didn't help Newcastle. So with Rangers bringing in Robin van Persie and Iniesta, they have gone up 1 position. They swap with Aberdeen. In real life, Aberdeen finished 2nd on 73, Rangers 3rd on 70. However, they've gotten less points in this one, 62 points, but they finished 10 points behind Celtic in the Scottish League. So Rangers go up 1 position. So probably the funniest transfer rumour in this video was Balotelli to Port Vale. Now, in real life, Port Vale finished in 20th position on 47 points, nearing the relegation zone. A big improvement for them, and I'm sure Balotelli was a big part of this. They finish in 11th position on 65 points. They managed to score 63 goals as well, so definitely had a good season there. 49 goals scored for them in real life. Balotelli would have really helped Port Vale. Funny to see him in League 2 though. Now, in the Turkish League, we've seen Mesut Özil and we have seen Arjen Robben going to Fenerbahce. Now, in real life, there's still 1 game to play in the Turkish League season, but with 1 game to play, Fenerbahce sit in 2nd position on 69 points, 3 points away from the top of the league, Galatasaray. Now, in this one, they have finished in 3rd position with 70 points. So it's hard to say if this will be realistic, because Fenerbahce could still finish as low as 4th. But let's say they've failed. Going on the results at the moment, they have failed. 69 points to 70, but 2nd to 3rd. I'm going to go off of that. So Fenerbahce, they've kind of held the same, but it's hard to say at this point. Now we head to La Liga with a few deals to look at. We've got to look at Johnson going to Barcelona, and we've got to look at De Gea, Fletcher, and Vardy all going to Real Madrid. So in real life, Barcelona won the league by 12 points on 90 points. In this one, 85 points. Good stuff, but they have finished in third position. And I mean, there still is one game to go in La Liga's real life season. However, they're still going to win the league. It's not like Barcelona can't win the league. Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid, however, fighting it out for that second spot in real life. In this, Atletico Madrid did finish top of the table, so interesting to see that. Real Madrid down in second, Barcelona down in third. And we've also got to take into account that they lost a few of their players as well, both Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and Real Madrid, especially Atletico Madrid. In fact, they lost Griezmann, which is a big part of their squad, so interesting to see them finishing top of the league. I mean, I should have continued having a look at the English leagues whilst I was still on them, but we'll go back and have a look. West Brom, they avoided relegation with Aubameyang coming into their squad. In real life, they finished bottom of the table, 31 points. We all know about that. 7 points better, however, in this simulation, and they finish in 15th, so fair play to West Brom. And for a final look at the championship table, we've got to have a look at Sunderland and Wolves. So Rakitic did go to Sunderland, and that looks like it proved big time for them, because Sunderland finished bottom of the table in real life, however, get up to 15th position, so 9 places better in this. That definitely helped Sunderland out a lot, and they avoid the drop for back-to-back seasons. But Wolverhampton, they finished on 99 points, I believe it was, in real life. They still win the league, but we can see that Anderson Talisha coming in really didn't do too much for them in terms of the overall season. It was going to be hard to. They would have had to go basically undefeated for us to recognize his value, but still, they've lost points, but they're still finishing first. Now we're going to go to Argentina to see how David Villa affected River Plate, and obviously, he helped them out a lot. Now there's still one game to play in the league season for the league. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. It says that there's 27 games played in the Argentinian league, however FIFA says 28, so I'll go with that. However, in real life, River Plate sit in 8th position on 45 points. And in this experiment, they've gotten up to 3rd position on 64 points. So David Villa really has helped them out a lot in this experiment. And Sporting have held the 3rd position with the signing of Benzema. They still sit in 3rd position in the Portuguese Premier Liga table. So interesting to see them finishing in that same position. Benfica and Porto swap spots. But that's going to be the final team for this experiment. Fellas, something a little bit different with this experiment. I hope you guys appreciate it. I always try to make something, something different with my experiments. Something that I personally would want to watch. And I always like to try new things out. So hopefully you guys appreciate that. If you enjoyed this experiment, make sure you leave a like on the video. Also make sure you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. Check out my social media links. All that good stuff, linked down below as per normal. But most importantly, fellas, I hope you have a fantastic day. It has been JarradHD here. I am out. Peace.